Yeah, so in order to be able to choreograph in a dance show, I had to take dance composition my sophomore year, and I just graduated from choreography. And I feel like choreographing, even prior to taking these courses at Harker, I'd done like choreography at my outside studio, little things like that, things for the spirit dance and lip sync. But I think choreographing a production in the stage and art pack theater with lights, with 9 dancers and all these props, I think that took an amount of training and skill that I had not really prepared myself for.
The idea is at the beginning when you hear the theme, and then Mrs. Hound was kind of placing us whether we were going to be heroes or whether we were going to be villains, and so that helps kind of put us in a direction as to what music we're looking for, because music is so important. That's what really I think makes a show stick out, is the music, and that's probably the hardest part. I think for choreographers, all of us, we could agree that finding the right song is the hardest. So once you lock down the song, then the choreography, the ideas start to happen, and then it's on a weekly basis, and that's when we teach choreography. And because we meet with them on a weekly basis, we can clean as we go, they retain choreography, and it becomes this process throughout the 3 months that we get to work on it.
So I think a lot of the early rehearsals were basically gauging our dancers, seeing what their skill set was, and then moving on from there. It was a lot of rehearsals, teaching everything. And then at this point in time, it's a lot of thinking about the final stage production. So that's lighting, that's seeing how the audience will react. It's a lot of those special elements that I really didn't get to experience taking dance composition.
Each of the rehearsals, you learn a little bit more of the show, like of your dance part, and then you slowly put it together, you gain character in it, and it starts like becoming something like around week 5, so like a couple weeks ago, and then this week is to like finalize everything, make sure that everything is on point for the shows on Friday and Saturday.
Part of what is really important as a choreographer, you're also like a translator in some sense. You're translating your own ideas onto our pack stage, but you're also translating feedback from other people and seeing how that could be implemented into your work. So it's really through like communicating with my dancers and talking about like when you want to slow down your movement, you can't just say slow down. You sort of have this idea of like, oh, you're moving in peanut butter, and those sort of visuals that really get to your dancer. And that idea of translation is again present when I receive feedback from Mrs. Hound and my other fellow student choreographers, making sure that I'm really able to implement that feedback and demonstrate to my dancers what exactly they're supposed to do. Without being able to communicate that properly and efficiently, I feel like there's sort of this idea of being lost in translation, and you really don't want to see that on stage.
So we have our weekly meetings, our weekly rehearsals. So if you're meeting just once a week, right, you know your people and your dance, then all of a sudden dress rehearsal comes or tech week comes, and you're in the audience with the entire cast, and it's the first time the entire cast is going to see it. And you can get a little nervous. The most important thing is making sure the level of comfort is there, because some of these students have never been on stage before, and that's scary. You're used to being in this one room where you have mirrors, and all of a sudden you get on stage, and it can be overwhelming. So rehearsal is about getting your dancers ready, getting them comfortable, as prepared as possible. And so dress rehearsal is, it's the show before the show, where everybody, you got to make sure your costumes are ready to go, the hair is where it needs to be, the accessories, the makeup. So for me, it's also my version of a show, because after that I'm backstage. So it's a different experience.
I think one of the most valuable parts is I think really the community that we're able to create. I think even as a choreographer, as a leader among the team, among the group, I think it's still a group, and I really want to create that sort of teamwork atmosphere in all my rehearsals. A lot of these dancers I haven't ever danced before with, or haven't been able to work with, and I think it's incredibly valuable that the home that Harker Dance is able to create, even in just a one-time production as dance production. I think there are a lot of dancers who do this for PE credit, a lot of dancers who do this for fun, but I'm glad that we're all able to get together and dance together, and I'm so excited to see my choreography presented on these dancers. And I think one of the really most valuable things about dance production and the dance community here at Harker is really the community that we're able to build.